All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I'll name this segment later. GTG spits that grease, so on and so forth. Title forever in the works. So apparently, there's been a lot of nonsense that's been going on as of late. Christy Mayer has not been back on Friday Night Tykes yet, and who knows if she will. But they don't mind milking the super chats on that without actually giving a definitive answer. At least at the time that I'm recording this, so we'll see where that's going. Mikey No More, big ups to him. He ended up getting his stream taken down. Which stream was that, by the way? I think he was talking about the COG blow up that was going on over there, and apparently COG struck that down. So I guess COG wants some attention. So, you know, in true Review Tech USA fashion, that's how he gets the attention of the BBC. Let's see if he can handle it. Rich certainly couldn't. And what else is going on? What else? Oh, and then our situation today. So allegedly, or I guess, I haven't seen it yet, and I haven't seen any mention of it. Supposedly, It's a Gundam put out a video on DSP, which makes sense. It's about that time of the year when Gundam usually does that. And it was allegedly taken down. Now, I haven't seen anything about this on Twitter or X, whatever. I haven't seen anything about it yet, and I haven't really heard anybody talk about it. But DSP actually decided to address it, so we'll go on to that. As it pertains to Gundam, and well, what DSP had to say about Gundam, it sounds to me, his excuse, if you will, sounds like the same thing he said about Tevin, Almighty Tevin, praise be, when he had his Twitch taken down. It sounds almost the exact same way, damn near word for word. And then he also goes into a bit of a diatribe about how DSP, was him and Kino Casino were going to conspire against Gundam to get up there and confront him, this, that, and the third. And I think DSP doesn't realize he should have taken Gundam's absence or his disinterest as mercy, because there's no way that Kino Casino was going to fuck over Gundam. That's just not a thing. It's just not realistic. So he should be very, very glad about that. On top of that, for those of you who follow Gundam, you know what I mean. He doesn't necessarily, DSP, doesn't know what kind of Gundam that you were going to get that day. You don't have no clue what Gundo was going to be feeling. Are we going to have happy-go-lucky Gundo? Are we going to have real talk Gundo? Are we going to have Gundo who has basically sacrificed himself for the sins of man by enduring the bullshit that he endures? Or are we going to have rage-filled fucking Gundo? You have no clue who was going to go up there that day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say Gundam's schizophrenic or nothing. I'm just saying you got to catch him on a type of day. You have no clue what was going to go up there. So you have no clue what you're going to deal with. So maybe, just maybe, you should, feel glad about that. On top of that, what were you going to catch Gundam on? The way he talks? So what? So what? It's funny. People like it. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean anything. What else? Oh, he makes fun of you? You're such a big channel. Don't you have anything else better to do? Have you not seen what Gundam does? He laughs at dumb shit that's on the internet. So that doesn't mean anything. What else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much you can hit Gundam for. So obviously that means that DSP was expecting Kino Casino to do the heavy lifting. And fucking Andy and PPP ain't going at Gundam. What reason? They have a relationship with him. Or at least Andy at the very least. Or Andy has had the longest relationship with Gundam. And that goes way back. So why? So Andy's not going to do that shit. And PPP's not going to want to do anything about that. Gundam's... even now, with all of the things that was going on with Kino, with the quartering, Gundam still eclipses Kino Casino. So why would they do that? They may razz him a little bit, but Gundam can take a joke. So he's going to flow with that easy. You, on the other hand, are going to go in there serious. You're going to be bitter. And they're going to have a bunch of inside jokes that's going to be clowning your bitch ass, Phil. And you're not going to catch it. And you're going to be made to look the fool. And then what does DSP like to call him? Yucko the clown or Yucko the clown or whatever. He's gonna laugh at you that way on his way out the door, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. I don't know. I'm just thinking you should count your blessings on that bullshit, but that's just me. In any case, let's not hold off on this any longer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and go to our video in question. Let's see here. There should be this one. Hell.
Oh.
There we go. And big ups to Raw Phil and whatnot who brought this to us. And do I got a title for this? Actually, I didn't cut this, so big ups to Diggs. I'm assuming it's Diggs. Let's see here. Let's see. What is this? Dark Side Phil. Hold on a second, I'm sorry. Darkside Phil speaks on It's a Gundam having his most recent DSP video taken down, allegedly, because like I said, I haven't seen anything on that yet. And the Kino Casino setup. Okay. Sounds disillusional as fuck, if you ask me. But that's just me. All right, here we go.
Let's do some shout outs. Since it looks like we got some contributions coming in, our first contributions of the day.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh, hold on, let me save this.
Sometime today, Phil.
Do some little bit of house cleaning here. Okay.
Yeah, that's funny. You or Kat don't know shit about that, so it is what it is on that one.
So, number one, first contribution of the day is a $2 super chat from Oh No Not Him Again.
I like the danger sign in the background. That's kind of ironic given what we're about to talk about.
Thank you, Oh No Not Him Again. Let's get that on the leaderboard.
That shit is hilarious. Oh, that shit's starting to turn into meme material. Fucking that. Oh, didn't DSP play like fucking Lego's Batman or something this day? And why are you doing that? Like, why are you literally playing a game that's marketed to children? I mean, yeah, I get it. There's a bunch of dents over there and shit, and a lot of people who are just clearly mentally stunted, if not just disabled. I get that. You have all three of those over there. But still, like, who are you planning to catch with that bullshit? And funny enough, that same lore, if you will, is no different because he used to try to do that with fucking Nintendo games. And you saw how that failed. So what are you doing? You're not doing much to fucking stave off those groomer and pedo charges, Phil. Really not. That's tough. Feels bad, man.
So he says, It's a Gundam's latest video about you got taken down.
Interestingly enough, actually, let me work. Please, let me work. It's funny that coming off of that failed fucking reaction that he had to the June the King documentary about Quarter Pounder, that he's trying to do these little things that he saw the quartering do. Like, if you remember through that react, I haven't watched all of it, I've just seen snippets, but I will do it. I promise you I will do it. I'm building up to that side scroller thing because I finally need to get that up and out of there. I just got to get it up and out of the queue. But anyway, it's funny how when he was watching the June the King doc on the Quarter Pounder, he's sitting there contemplating, like, how did he strike these guys down and what is he doing to do it? That's strange. And now allegedly Gundam put out a video about DSP and allegedly it got struck. So what are you experimenting with, Phil? Or one of the dents in your Discord? Then this whole thing about Pokemon cards. DSP has never shown any interest in Pokemon cards. He hasn't shown any interest in cards since the WWE Champions thing, and that was because it was a tie-in with Kino Casino. And then he tried to do it on his own after the fact, and it failed miserably, obviously. So now you want to start getting into Pokemon cards. Like, what are you doing? It's like he's slowly but surely trying to integrate. Not integrate, but well, that's probably the term I'm looking for. He's trying to ingest or incorporate. I'll use that. That's not what I want to use, but I'll use that instead. He's trying to incorporate things that he saw from the June the King doc, what the quartering is doing, and trying to make it his own, which shouldn't surprise anybody because he did that with Kino Casino in his time with them. The reason why his begging is the way it is because of what he absorbed from there. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say it was actually taught to him, it was encouraged, but what he absorbed from them, he did the same thing. He has those behaviors even now, which makes me think, I want to know why he's scared to do that June the King documentary about Low Tier God. I'm really, really interested in why he's scared to do it. He's willing to go to LG, big ups to him, or to Red Dale, big ups to them, and some of the other guys around there like J Vax, Vex, big ups to him, and a few other guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's willing to go ahead and use these guys' content to go at Dale, but he won't go at use that June the King doc. And I know he's seen it. He's probably seen it a couple of times because there are times that he tries to incorporate. There's times that he tries to incorporate things that LTG does into his own persona, I suppose, or just into himself as a whole. And it's not hitting. And yeah, I know, because I was the one who said it. He went ahead and he asked LTG all those years ago, hey, can I react to this? LTG said no. He said fine. But what the fuck does he care now? It was years ago. So I don't understand what's holding him back from doing that. But that's just me. That's just me. I'm sure he'll figure out a reason to do it later.
Here's a little spoiler. I've literally never been to It's a Gundam's channel. I've never watched a video from It's a Gundam. The only things that I know about It's a Gundam, I've heard clips here. And
I'm pretty confident that's not true. Actually, I know that's not true. But more importantly, I feel like he referenced something during his time with Kino Casino when he was talking to him and Gundam's name came up. So, whatever.
there.
DSP is a pathological liar, so don't take anything he says to at face value.
And the guy's voice is so fucking obnoxious that I can't stand listening for more than like 4 seconds. It's like, to me, it's like nails on a chalkboard levels of like mental deficiency to listen to this guy talk. So I just keep.
It's kind of ironic because why is it that DSP doesn't do his call-in show Hate Live? Well, he doesn't do Hate Live anymore where people could call in. Why is that a reason why we don't? Is there a reason why we don't do that? I mean, one could point to Alex Seidella and what he was basically going through, or what he is, I should say, and that situation in itself. Big ups to Milk and Cookies. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not exactly hitting anything out of the ballpark by talking about or making qualms or criticisms or critiques of what people sound like. That's probably not the smartest thing to do, Phil, given what's surrounding you daily.
Can't stand it. It's like, it drives me nuts, so I just close it immediately. So I don't know what you're talking about. If he's still talking about me or not, I don't care. And if his video got taken down, it sounds like he's got some enemies out there that don't like him.
That's like I said, this right here was the same thing, damn near the same thing he said about when Tevin got his channel taken down on Twitch, even though DSP had threatened to take him down on Twitch beforehand. And then when Tevin came back and got partnered, DSP went on Twitter and literally tried to do a call to action to have a bunch of people report Tevin's channel again. And obviously it didn't go anywhere.
Talking about
But that's how bad Tevin had him riled up, where he publicly went on Twitter and said, flag that man's channel down. Crazy shit, boy. Crazy shit.
me or not, I don't care. And if his video got taken down, it sounds like he's got some enemies out there that don't like him and are taking down his shit. I have nothing to do with it. I don't even know, what he's doing or anything about.
And that's even more ironic because that's the same thing Jeremy said about Kino Casino at first too. Oh baby, I almost missed that. Hold on a second. Let's bring it back.
So I don't know what you're talking about. If he's still talking about me or not, I don't care. And if his video got taken down, it sounds like he's got some enemies out there that don't like him and are taking down his shit. I have nothing to do with it. I don't even know, what he's doing or anything about it. Like, last time I heard.
And then him looking off to the side and shit, he can't look you directly in the eye. Bunch of tells. Shitload of tells.
About this guy was when I was still doing stuff with Kino Casino, and essentially we were trying to challenge him to come on a show with me, where it was supposed to be him versus me, and challenging him with stuff that he said about me over the years.
But it wasn't you versus him. You literally said that, you literally alluded to in the fucking DMs, I think, that fucking you guys were gonna try to ambush him. So you versus him 1-on-1, running the fade, running a fair one wasn't the thing. Y'all were, according to DSP, they were gonna try to jump him.
And he completely pussied out and said he refused to do it. And that was the last that I've heard of him, and that's the last I care. The guy's not worth my...
Wait a second, hold on. Okay, all right, I'm gonna play this. All right, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I've been alerted to, I've been made aware of, let's say that being said actually spoke about, well, not that being said actually, that on WPIG Big Ups had actually talked about this. Give me just a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and run to that. We'll come back to this. What timestamp am I at? We'll say I'm at the 1:30 mark. Okay. I'm gonna hop over. I'm gonna find the video, because I guess he did it recently, and we're gonna check that out. I'll literally be right back. Sorry about that. My fault. Let's see here. I think All right, give me a second. Yet again. Okay, I should have it this time. we should be good this time. Sorry for the volume. Then that should be cleaned up and edited. So in post, I should say. All right, so here we are, WPIG, and this should be right around or right about where we need to be at. So here we go.
So I don't know what you're talking about. If he's still talking about me or not, I don't care. And if his video got taken down, it sounds like he's got some enemies out there that don't like him and are taking down his shit.
Wait, he does a little, like, I want you to pay attention to his right eye.
About if he's still talking about me or not, I don't care. And if his video got taken down, it sounds like he's got some enemies out there that don't like him and are
yeah, see that single eye blink? It's another tell that he has, amongst other things. So I'm pretty confident that if he didn't have something to do with it, he knew about it. So that makes him basically complicit.
Taking down his shit. I have nothing to do with it. I don't even know, what he's doing or anything about it. Like, last time I heard about this guy was when I was still doing stuff with Kino Casino, and essentially we were trying to challenge him to come on a show with me.
Yes.
Where it was supposed to be him versus me. And, challenging him with stuff that he said about me over the years, and he completely pussied out and said he refused to do it. And that was the last that I've heard of him, and that's the last I care. The guy's not worth my time.
That's when Triple P, he didn't lie there, that is true. And then Triple P said, well, if Gundam's not going to do it, let's go for Mr. Matoker.
Well, I wouldn't say that Gundam pussied out. Like, why would you platform him? Like, why would you give DSP the time of day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kino Casino clowning on him or whatever, that's cool. No worries on that. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just feeds into what DSP already wants. We're not in the business of giving DSP what he wants. Sorry. That's not a thing. So I don't think that's him pussying out, Gundam pussying out. You know what I'm saying? That's just, you deprive the pig because that's what you need to do. And then they said that the next guy was Medicare, and we all saw how DSP fumbled the ball on that. Where it's like, hey, I know you're sick and dying, but you need to do this before you check out permanently. You need to apologize to me for your sins before you die, Medicare. You know what I'm saying? Cancer man. No, that's not, and Medicare didn't feed into that either, because why would he? You know what I'm saying? When Medicare initially made the offer to interview him back before this, obviously, and DSP turned it down for whatever lame ass reasons or whatever, the offer had came and gone. And the idea that DSP can go ahead and snap his little hooves and people are going to come a running is not a thing. That's why no one wanted to talk to him after he initially wanted to be interviewed. That's why no one went flocking to him. That's why Mutahar didn't care later on and all that bullshit. There's a reason for all that.
That's what,
like, Josh from the farms is different. And even then, he still fucking had DSP all fucked up, so it panned out. But that's Josh. You know what I'm saying? That's Josh. Anybody else, though, or everybody else, were like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? He was given his chance. He didn't want it. Fuck him.
what led to DSP messaging Matoker on Twitter to say, let's do it, because they were really looking for someone to, well, now we know that Kino Casino was looking for someone that would really attack DSP, and it was going to happen, but for some reason Gundam didn't do it in the end. But that's what they said, well, let's go for Matoker then, and then you could kind of question him, and that was going to be the question. And then Triple P explaining this story is what led to this laugh, because Triple P told him to contact Matoker. So there we go. That's the full story there, full context there. Yeah, Gundam didn't want to benefit DSP. Yeah, he did say that. And Gundam did reach out to me during that time and said, well, if I do this, we got to, and, you know, he wanted some help. I was like, obviously, I'm here to help.
And the thing is about the help part, right, is like I guess it depends, yet again, it depends on what Gundam that you're getting that day. But, like, I mean, it's probably, unless Gundam in particular was like, hey, what has he done recent that would make it, you know what I'm saying, that I could basically clown on him. The older stuff, or at least some of it, I mean, I'd say Gundam has enough in his arsenal that he could have easily made a joke out of everything that DSP has done, at least with whatever he chose to go with, and he could have made it work. So, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get too deep in the lore on DSP, he'll start just waving shit off. So there's that. If you try to make that shit too technical, DSP will just feign ignorance. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are stuff that Gundam already knows. So it is what it is on that. But so you know, it is what it is.
Okay. So there you go. Let's see. Kino Enjoyer.
All right, so let's go ahead and get up out of that. But big ups for my compadre back here who was like, hey, you probably should go ahead and tap that in. So big ups on that. All right, let's see here. Give me just a second. I can break this down. Okay, we are back. All right, so big ups to Alt on that.
Let's do some shout outs. About this guy was when I was still doing stuff with Kino Casino, and essentially we were trying to challenge him to come on a show with me, where it was supposed to be him versus me, and you know, challenging him with stuff that he said about me over the years, and he completely pussied out and said he refused to do it.
And that also, and going,
and that was the last that I've heard of him, and that's the last I care. The guy's not worth my time.
All right, sorry about that. And that, and going at DSP aggressively, I should say, doesn't really benefit anybody anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, someone like me, that's one thing. But like someone at Gundam, nah. He's just gonna laugh at him like multiple times and mock him and shit, and that's it. So even Kino Casino should have known that. So that just wasn't gonna be the play. Medicare wasn't gonna do that either. Medicare would just mock him and laugh at him and shit. You know what I'm saying? So unless you get a detractor that's deep into the trenches, that's not even a thing. I don't think even Alt, no disrespect, but I don't think even Alt has that type of aggression in him to go at DSP like that. So that's just not a thing. Those who know, right? They don't take DSP seriously where they need to get mad at him. Not when you're playing at that level. You know what I'm saying? Even as, and like I said, especially Alt, given what he does and whatnot and how far he's come, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to do that. You're not going to express any real anger at him because DSP wins. You know what I'm saying? DSP wins. And Alt has never shown any real anger against DSP anyway. So just as an example. So why would Gundam? Like, why would Mutahar? Why would any of those guys? That's just not a thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like he hasn't exhibited that type of aggression or whatnot. And there's no need to give that to DSP. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to hit DSP. Like if you got that dog in you and you got to hit DSP with that bullshit, you got to hit it and make it stick. You know what I'm saying? Anything else, DSP will just laugh in your face. And though it doesn't mean anything, if he laughs at you, it doesn't look good either. So anybody with some real common sense will just clown him to death and mock him for his inability to do damn near everything and keep it pushing. So if that was Kino Casino's real MO, was to get someone to come in and really get at him, you know what I'm saying? Go for the jugular. That wasn't going to work anyway. So that's just my thoughts anyway.
Okay. So, there you go. Let's see. Kino Enjoyer, thanks for the 1 kick. But Bilbo Swaggins, thank you for 500 kicks. And he says, being yelled at by a French woman is an enjoyable experience. I'll take your word for it.
Listening to a woman curse in French actually is pretty fucking sexy. I gotta admit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta admit that. French, Italian, Spanish. Yeah, I'd say those are probably my top 3. Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty sexy. I gotta admit.
Right. Thank you, Bilbo Swaggins, for 500 kicks.
Don't judge me.
So, those are the very quick top.
So you can shut the fuck up. All right then. So this was a bit of a mess. So there's gonna be a lot to clean up there. Oh shit! Big ups to Raw Phil and big ups to Alt at WPIG. So in closing, like I said, I didn't get the notification for the Gundam video. I haven't seen it yet. If that was a thing, hopefully it goes back up. And if this actually happened, then for all we know, it was a test run on DSP's part. Because I feel like we're seeing DSP start to display those quartering type tendencies. And he saw where it carried the quartering, and DSP needs the attention, and he needs a reason to go at, you know, his detractors, trolls, haters, and critics. So why not? I feel like, though, to be honest, Gundam's a very big whale. That's shooting, that's punching way above the weight class. So I don't know about all that. I don't know why DSP would think about doing that shit. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But To be honest with you, everybody's above DSP's weight class at this point. So I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, especially his wife. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Fuck that. I don't take shit back. I'm not taking that back anyway. But yeah. So I don't know him. If it really happened and he was really behind it, that was bold. That's a bold move. But given Gundam's resourcefulness, if this really happened, the video should be up, or back up, I should say. So we'll see what it is. If not, if it was bait, if it turned out to be bait, then it was still some pretty good bait, because he reacted the exact same way he did with Tevin and Bill Purnell and Tex, or Call Me TXT, and we know DSP was behind those three guys and what happened to them, I should say. We know that for sure. So make of that what you will. But DSP's one-sided nonsense with Gundam, it's never going to go anywhere. Gundam's still going to laugh at him. Hopefully that video comes out, because Gundam's usually pretty good about 1 or 2 DSP videos a year, depending on what DSP doing. So hopefully that's a thing. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. This has been I'll Name the Segment Later. GTG Spits That Grease. Take care of yourselves. And if DSP really was behind this situation, if it really happened, yet again, that gives you guys more reason to beat your lol cows and beat them often. So, and you know, I don't think anything else needs to be stated beyond that. But yet again, though, too, in closing, in reality, real recognizes real, and you don't give someone like DSP that type of exposure, even if it is on Kino Casino's channel. You don't do it. Like I said, there's a reason why Mutahar didn't show up that one time. There's a reason why DSP couldn't get Moist Critical. There's a reason why Gundam didn't show up. There's a reason why Medicare didn't show up. There's a reason for all that. And the thing is especially like shit, Mutahar, that was before people found out about the Nux Taku situation with the underage hentai and him lying about being an engineer or a programmer. So there's that. So that would have been, so if Mutahar had actually done that shit and then everything came out later as what happened in the timeline, yikes. That would have been a big ass gotcha DSP could have had over Mutahar. That'd have been ugly. That'd have been ugly. I would say out of all of them, Mutahar was the one that was the most exposed, now that I think about it. So yeah, so praise be that situation didn't happen, now that I think about it. Yikes, yeah, now that I think about it, hell yeah. If Mutahar had jumped on that stream and whatnot, despite what would have happened during that stream, given everything that came out later about the Nux Taku shit, and then the whole situation with lying about his credentials for over a decade. Hell no. DSP would have taken that ball and ran and snorted that shit all the way to the goddamn bank, so to speak. So yeah, holy fuck, Mutahar dodged the bullet on that one. Massive fucking bullet that was dodged on that bullshit. But anyway, take care of yourselves, people. I'll catch you guys for the next one of these. Later, people. Holy shit. Woo, boy. Mutahar dodged the bullet on that nonsense.